Hi all, I'm Kelvin and I've decided to set myself a challenge of learning French in 6 months. There's been something that's always interested me about languages and connecting with people that I shouldn't be able to connect with just because of where I was born. As you can tell, I'm a native English speaker. I do have to confess, I have dabbled in languages before. I have learned Japanese, but I haven't used it in quite a while, so it's not that good. I've also learned Spanish to a certain level, conversational level, so I think this should help me with French, but I don't know, since I was younger, I supported Arsenal Football Club. We've had many great French players like Thierry Henry, and then a manager called Arsene Wenger that some people will know if you're from the UK. And it's just always had this kind of connection for me, so I really want to try and learn French. What was really frustrating for me is I recently travelled back from Spain to the UK, and I was on the train and I could communicate with Spanish people, with the train workers, and as soon as I got into France and the workers changed over to French people, I felt like a baby again and I couldn't understand anything, and it was so frustrating. I was in their country and I couldn't communicate with them. So I really want to set myself this goal of learning French in 6 months. So what this might look like for me is dedicating some time to listening. That's one of my weakest points. So I know from previous language learning experiments, what takes the longest for me to get correct is listening, so I will be focusing on that from the beginning, and tons of vocabulary. So the 80-20 rule, so I'm gonna apparently like 100 words give you 50% of the language, and then when you keep going up, so the first 1,000 words should give you 90% of the spoken language. So that's what I really want to focus on, is getting my first 1,000 words out the way and just doing tons of listening. There's a few good programs out there that I've already seen that are dedicated to beginners, so I believe that you should listen to dedicated materials in the target language that you're going for from the beginning, so your ears get used to the sounds, and then it'll get easier as you develop your listening comprehension. So this is what I'm going to be aiming for. So what do I know in French right now? Very basic. Bonjour, je m'appelle Kelvin. Je suis Angleterre. No, Angleterre. Je suis Angleterre. So very basic. I know some words are similar in English. There's a lot of loan words. When the French conquered England, they bring a lot of prestigious words, so when you hear maybe Romance language speakers speak English, they sound like they're speaking with a bit of elegance, a bit of so they sound a bit posher because they use the loan words that were used in courts and law systems, so it's not as natural English. But also when I learned Spanish, I know there's a lot of similar words because it is a Romance language, so this should help me. Although Spanish and French sound completely different, even some of the words that are the same, they sound different, so this is going to be a challenge. Just get used to the listening and the sounds. So what I have done prior to this video, what I'm doing now is I've listened to pronunciation of the French alphabet. I've also did a little bit of grammar research, so it gives me the basics, so when I'm listening I can understand a little bit. But I'm happy to take you on this journey with me, and hopefully you stick along, and as I grow through French, I'll be giving more advice on resources on what has worked for me and telling you what hasn't worked for me. And hopefully this could save you time in the long run, and maybe you could even learn French even quicker. I have seen documentaries where people have learned a language in 30 days. You don't truly learn a language to fluency in 30 days personally, because you're still learning in your native language. There's still many words you don't even know. It's just that you specialize in many subjects as a native. So I will be targeting certain categories like language learning, social media, sports that I'm interested in like rugby or football, the These are what I'll be targeting, and just connecting with people, everyday conversation. That's what my main focus is. So my goals are to be able to comprehend everyday conversation in 6 months, be able to understand subjects that I'm actually interested in, and also to be able to keep up with a native speaker and speak without a delay and not translating in my head. So I look forward to joining me on this journey. Wish me luck. Leave comments down below with any resources that you have used to learn French, and that could help me fast track. And if you want, you can subscribe to get all the latest updates. I know YouTube don't send notifications unless you tap the bell icon, so it would really support me if you subscribe and like the video, so other people that are going on this journey or who have thought about learning French can follow me along, so they can track their progress and we can do it like a challenge together. Let me know what you think about that. Au revoir.